Hi guys, it's teacher Sophia here again from Miss Hua's English Communication Centre. We're back again with our listening and speaking series, but this time we'll be talking about restaurants. So let's get started. Where is your favourite place to eat? Do you like to eat at a restaurant? At home? At a fast food restaurant? Or at a street food stall? Street food is something that's served on the street. It's often very cheap and quite delicious, and it's very common in Vietnam, so I'm sure you eat there a lot. My favourite place to eat is at a street food stall or at a restaurant. I'm not very good at cooking, so I don't like to eat at home. What is the best thing about eating out? Is it the food? Is it not having to cook yourself? Is it spending time with your friends and family? Or is it being able to try new things? Of course, you can pick many of these answers. Your reason for eating out may be all of the above. I know mine is, I love trying new things. I love eating out with my friends and family, and I love food, and I don't like cooking, so eating out is perfect for me. Now, we are going to learn some different words that you can use when eating out in a restaurant. We'll run through them together, and then we'll try and match the definitions to their words. First, just listen carefully, and then we'll match together. Appetizer or starter? Main course? Dessert? Bill or check? Menu? Now I'll read those definitions for you. The last course of the meal, usually something sweet. Number 2, the printed summary of money owed for the dinner and drinks. Number 3, a small dish of food eaten before your main meal. Number 4, the list of foods served in a restaurant or cafe or hotel. And number 5, the biggest and most featured dish in a meal. I'll run through those words and definitions one more time and then we'll match them. Appetizer or starter? Main course? Dessert? Bill or check? Menu? Number 1, the last course of the meal, usually something sweet. Number 2, the printed summary of money owed for the dinner and drinks. Number 3, a small dish of food eaten before your main meal. Number 4, the list of foods served at a restaurant or cafe or hotel. And number 5, the biggest and most featured dish of the meal. So let's get matching. Number 1, the last course of a meal, usually something sweet. This, of course, is dessert. So you have dessert at the end of your meal. Sometimes it can be savoury, but most likely it will be something sweet, like cake or ice cream or something else delicious. Number 2, the printed summary of money owed for the meal and drinks. This is called the bill or check. In the UK, we would ask for the bill, but in the USA, they refer to it as the check. So in the UK, you would say, "Can I have the bill, please?" And in the US, you would say, "Can I have the check, please?" Number 3, a small dish of food eaten before your main meal. This is called an appetizer or a starter. Again, In the UK, we use the word starter, but in the US, they use the word appetizer. Number 4, the list of food or drinks served at a hotel, cafe or restaurant. This, of course, is the menu. So when you arrive at an establishment where you are going to eat, they will often give you a menu, or sometimes you might need to ask for one. And number 5, the biggest and most featured dish of the meal. This is called your main course. Now, let's learn the definitions of those words that we've just used. Appetizer. This is a small dish of food eaten before your main meal. Remember, in the UK, they call it a starter. Let's practice those together. Appetizer. Appetizer. Starter. Starter. The main course is, of course, the biggest and most featured dish of the meal. Let's practice that together. Main course. Main course. The dessert is the last course of the meal and is usually something sweet. Dessert. Dessert. The bill or check is the printed summary of the amount of money owed for the meal and drinks. Remember, in the UK, we ask for the bill, but in the US, they ask for the check. Let's practice both. Bill. Bill. Check. Check. And finally, the menu. This is the list of food and drinks served at a restaurant, cafe or hotel. Let's practice. Menu. Menu. Listen carefully to the following clips and then we are going to answer some questions.
I went to a new steak restaurant last night that opened near my house. I love trying new places. To start the meal, I had an interesting appetizer. It was some kind of seafood with a spicy sauce on it.
Did you listen carefully? Hopefully you did and you'll get these questions right. Question number 1. Where did the man go for dinner? Did he A, go to a cafe, B, go to a steak restaurant, or C, go to a fast food restaurant? That's right, he went to a steak restaurant. Question number 2. What did he have for his appetizer? Did he have a salad, tomato soup, or seafood with a spicy sauce? Great job. He went for seafood with a spicy sauce. Time to listen carefully again, and then we'll read some statements and determine whether they're true or false.
The final thing was the best, the dessert. It was apple pie with a lot of ice cream on it. I know that I shouldn't eat so many sweets, but it was delicious.
Okay, now you've listened, let's read these statements and see if they are true or false. The man had chocolate cake for dessert. Is that true or false? It's false. How do we know this? We know this because the man said that he had apple pie for dessert. Statement number 2. It was served with lots of ice cream. Is that true or false? That's right, it's true. He said he had apple pie served with lots of ice cream. And the final statement. The dessert was the best part of the meal. This is true too. When the man is talking about his dessert, he starts his sentence off by saying, the best part of the meal was the dessert. Let's practice using some of the words we've just learnt together. Let's look at question number 1 and see how we would respond. You go to a restaurant. What are the first and last questions that you might usually ask? The first question you may ask if the waiter or waitress does not give it to you is, can I have a menu, please? Or, can I see a menu, please? Or, do you have a menu, please? Any of these questions is acceptable and a polite way to ask. The final question you usually ask at a meal is, can I have the bill, please? Or you can also say, if you are from or in the USA, can we have the check, please? And the waiter will bring your bill to your table. Now let's practice with question number 2. You want to order a 3-course meal in a restaurant. How would you tell the waiter or waitress what you'd like? So now we know the words for the 3 courses of the meal. We can use those words to tell the waiter what we'd like to eat. So, for my appetizer, I'd like the salad, please. Of course, you don't have to have salad. You would put in whatever you're choosing here. For my main course, I'll have the chicken with rice. Again, you don't need to have chicken with rice, but you could put in whatever you'd like to eat in here. So maybe if you'd like the double cheeseburger, you could say, for my main course, I'll have the double cheeseburger with French fries. And for dessert, I'd love the chocolate cake. I love chocolate, so I always choose something with chocolate in for my dessert. I'll run through those one more time for you. For my appetizer, I'd like the salad, please. Then, for my main course, I'll have the chicken with rice. And finally, for dessert, I'd love the chocolate cake. Hopefully, you can use these to go out and order a huge feast for you and your friends. Now that's all for today, but thank you for joining us and I hope you enjoyed our lesson on going to restaurants. Make sure you try and use these words next time you're eating out. See you soon! Bye bye!
Miss Hoa Giao Tiếp, độc quyền phương pháp phản xạ truyền cảm hứng.